You will hear a woman calling a conference center to make arrangements for a business event. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 6. Now listen and answer questions 1 to 6.
Hello, I'm calling to inquire about booking your venue for our company conference. We're planning a major event focused on digital marketing strategies. That's going to be our main topic of discussion throughout the day. I should mention that David Chen from our marketing team will be leading this new project, so he'll be the primary organizer handling all the arrangements with you. Now, regarding the setup, we'll need to purchase some audiovisual equipment, specifically projectors and microphones for the presentations. I hope that's something you can arrange for us. As for the type of venue, we're looking for a hotel ballroom rather than a conference center or outdoor space. We find that hotel ballrooms provide the right atmosphere for our corporate events. We're expecting quite a large turnout, somewhere between 100 and 150 people should be attending. It's one of our bigger annual events. Timing-wise, we'd prefer to hold this in mid-April if that's possible. We considered the first week of March and the end of May, but mid-April works best with everyone's schedules.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 7 to 10. Now listen and complete questions 7 to 10.
The company's new policy requires all employees to attend mandatory training sessions every month. It's part of our ongoing professional development program. Unfortunately, our office library will be closed for renovations during the summer holidays, so staff won't have access to research materials during that period. All students must submit their assignments through the online portal. That's our new digital submission system that was introduced last semester. Finally, lunch will be provided for all participants at the conference. We've arranged catering to accommodate various dietary requirements.
Section 2. You will hear a presentation by a company manager about implementing new software in the workplace. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 15. Now listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 15.
Good morning everyone. I'm here today to talk about the exciting new software system we'll be implementing across all departments next month. This new technology will revolutionize how we work, and I'm confident it will help employees to manage their time more effectively than ever before. Now, I know many of you are wondering what the training will involve. Let me assure you that we've designed a comprehensive program that will cover advanced data analysis techniques. This isn't just basic computer training. We're going much deeper to ensure everyone can make full use of the system's capabilities. The main benefit of this new system, and this is really important, is that it improves customer satisfaction significantly. We've seen this in pilot programs at our sister companies, where customer feedback scores increased by over 30% after implementation. As for the timeline, I want to be realistic with you all. The implementation phase will last 3 months. I know that might seem lengthy, but we want to ensure a smooth transition without disrupting our daily operations. Now, let me show you some data about our sales performance over the past year, because this new system will help us build on these trends. Looking at our quarterly figures, you can see we started the year quite low in Q1, but there's been a steady upward trend. Q2 showed improvement, Q3 was even better, and Q4 was our strongest quarter yet. The graph clearly shows this consistent growth pattern throughout the year.
Before you hear the rest of the presentation, you have some time to look at questions 16 to 20. Now listen carefully and answer questions 16 to 20.
Now, I'd like to explain how our new thermal storage system works. This diagram shows a typical industrial tank that we use in our manufacturing process. Starting from the top, the minimum tank capacity is 500 liters. That's the baseline we work with for all our operations. Moving down, we have our insulation layer, which is 80 mm thick around the entire tank. This insulation is crucial for maintaining temperature. The tank is divided into different temperature zones. The top section maintains 90 degrees, which is our hottest zone. The middle section operates at a constant 40 degrees, you can see that marked clearly on the diagram. Below that, we have the coolest zone at 20 degrees. Finally, at the bottom of the tank, we have the main inlet valve, which controls the flow of materials into the system.
You will hear a university lecturer giving a presentation about implementing new training programs. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 23. Now listen and answer questions 21 to 23.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today I want to discuss the implementation of our new professional development training program and then move on to talk about our MBA evaluation processes. Let me start with the training program. After extensive research and analysis of similar programs at other institutions, I can confidently say that the main benefit of this new training program is increased employee productivity and efficiency. The data we've collected shows consistent improvements across all departments that have adopted these systems. Now, regarding implementation strategy, I strongly recommend implementing the changes gradually. Why do I suggest this approach? Well, it minimizes disruption to daily operations. If we try to change everything at once, it could seriously interfere with ongoing projects and create unnecessary stress for staff members. Looking ahead to the first quarter of implementation, what can we expect? Based on pilot programs we've observed elsewhere, we should see a measurable increase in customer satisfaction. This tends to be one of the first positive indicators that the system is working effectively.
Now look at questions 24 to 30.
Now, let me move on to discuss our various department facilities and their key features. Our engineering lab has been equipped with modern equipment, state-of-the-art machinery and testing devices that allow students to conduct advanced experiments and research. The design studio, on the other hand, features flexible workspaces. These can be reconfigured depending on project requirements, allowing for both individual work and collaborative sessions. Our research center's main feature is 24-hour access. This is particularly important for graduate students who often need to work unusual hours to complete their research projects. Finally, the media suite is characterized by specialized software. We've invested in professional-grade editing and production programs that are used throughout the creative industries. Before you hear the rest of the lecture, you have some time to look at questions 28 to 30. Pause. Now listen and complete questions 28 to 30. Let me now turn to our MBA program evaluation process. This is a comprehensive system that we've developed over several years. The evaluation process consists of 3 assessments which occur at key points throughout the program. These are strategically placed to monitor student progress and ensure they're meeting the required standards. The final evaluation is particularly important. It's centered around a comprehensive case study, and includes the candidate's business plan, presented as a formal document. Additionally, there's an oral presentation, to which industry experts and potential employers are invited. This gives students valuable exposure to professional networks and potential career opportunities. This evaluation system has proven highly effective in preparing our graduates for successful careers in business management.
Section 4. You will hear a lecture about environmental sustainability and conservation methods. You now have some time to look at questions 31 to 40. Now listen and answer questions 31 to 40.
Good morning, everyone. Today's lecture focuses on environmental sustainability research and the critical challenges we face in addressing climate change impacts globally. My research specifically examines how climate change affects different regions around the world, and the findings are quite alarming. Current data indicates that climate change impacts the global economy by up to 15% annually. This figure represents not just direct costs from extreme weather events, but also indirect effects on agriculture, tourism, and infrastructure development. Let me begin by outlining the primary environmental issues we're confronting today. These problems are largely caused by three main factors: excessive consumption patterns in developed nations, widespread industrial pollution from manufacturing processes, and critically, a shortage of freshwater resources in developing regions. This water scarcity affects approximately 2 billion people worldwide and is expected to worsen significantly over the next decade. Now, turning to the solutions that my research team and I are proposing. First, we strongly advocate for implementing renewable energy systems on a much larger scale than current efforts. Solar and wind technologies have advanced considerably, and costs have decreased dramatically over the past 5 years. Second, we must focus on encouraging individuals worldwide to reduce waste. This isn't just about recycling, though that's important, but about fundamentally changing consumption patterns and lifestyle choices in affluent societies. Third, there's an urgent need for improving the effectiveness of recycling programs. Many current programs are inefficient and fail to process materials properly, leading to environmental contamination rather than conservation. Fourth, sustainable development requires that we do not damage our ecosystem or destroy it through short-sighted economic policies. This means balancing immediate economic needs with long-term environmental preservation. Finally, governments worldwide must take decisive action by using renewable resources more extensively. We recommend that governments should establish a comprehensive environmental policy framework that addresses all these issues simultaneously rather than tackling them in isolation. This brings me to an important practical application of this research. I'd like to discuss a collaborative project we're currently developing. Students and researchers will work in teams investigating different conservation methods and how they can be implemented effectively in various geographical and economic contexts. The goal is to develop strategies that are both environmentally sound and economically viable for different regions around the world. This comprehensive approach to environmental sustainability requires cooperation between governments, businesses, academic institutions, and individual citizens. Only through such coordinated efforts can we hope to address the magnitude of environmental challenges facing our planet today. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to your questions during our discussion session next week.